Well, we certainly need prosecutorial accountability as well, both as it relates to the failure of this prosecutor during a 13-month period to bring forth an indictment when the facts seem to suggest that it's clear this officer committed murder. It was on videotape. There was no justification for it. But another bigger problem is the fact that these incidents of police violence continue to occur because far too often the officers on the force rally around the one who committed the act of violence, and in this particular instance may have engaged in a cover-up that itself should be prosecuted. Initially, the police union in Chicago said that Laquan McDonald lunged at this officer with a knife. That was the story that was put into the public record by members of the Chicago Police Department. Of course, the video tells a very different story. For 86 minutes, there was a video that was captured by a nearby Burger King that appears to have been deleted by 4 or 5 officers who gathered in that Burger King immediately after the shooting. Where are the indictments against these officers for engaging in a cover-up? That is the type of accountability that we ultimately need to see.
But why? So for me, I guess the question is, but why? So I think about being a professor, for example. I mean, all you have is sort of your credibility in the context of, you know, we're going to write articles and we have to believe that we're citing and we're telling the truth about our data. And so if there is a member of the faculty who is committing intellectual dishonesty, typically you will see other folks rally and say, no, not here, you won't, because it actually challenges our capacity to do our work. So I literally wonder, in this context, why officers don't say, you know what, if we are afraid, if we feel that we are under attack, then the single best thing we can do is to purge officers who are behaving in these ways. Well,
decade after decade, the police culture has been just the very opposite, and that's been to ignore or to rally around. And that's something that systematically we're going to need to break, this blue wall of silence, if we're ever going to dramatically change and end the culture of police violence. And that's what I would encourage the people out in Chicago and all of us to continue to press for, that type of prosecutorial accountability. And if this county prosecutor, this county attorney can't deliver it, then perhaps she should be voted out of office next April.
Yep, stick with us.